Hello viewers, in previous lecture we discussed about pesticides. After that we discussed their benefits, then their adverse effects. In this lecture we will discuss their classification. After that we will concentrate on organochlorine pesticides. So, we will discuss the synthesis, uses and effects of DDT. After that we will also discuss the synthesis, uses and effects of lindane. While most botanicals are natural materials, this does not mean that they are naturally safe. Nicotine sulphate was a very commonly used insecticide in the 1930s into the 1960s. But we now know that it is a carcinogen and mutagen. Let us talk about some botanical pesticides which we can prepare at home. Like we are preparing a pesticide from neem seed. For this we have to take 5 kg of neem seed, then powder the seed and tie in a cloth. After that immerse this powder in 10 liter of water overnight, and in the morning squeeze the cloth fully and spray in 1:10 proportion after mixing 100 gram of surf. Like this we can also prepare pesticide from cow dung and cow urine. For this take 5 kg of cow dung and 5 liters of cow urine plus 5 liters of water. Mix all the 3 material and put it in an earthen pot and tie the face. Keep it for 4 days and every day stir the solution twice in a day and keep the pot inside a compost pit. After 4 days mix 200 gram of lime and spray in 1:9 proportion. Microbial pesticides are those type of pesticide which we get from microbes or by microbial byproducts. Bacillus thuringiensis, which is known as BT, it is a soil dwelling bacterium that overstimulates insect nervous systems. Ivermectins. These are the chemicals produced by single celled fungi that have insecticidal and miticidal properties. Now, let us discuss about synthetic pesticides. Synthetic pesticides were first introduced in the 20th century. The classification are organochlorine pesticide, organophosphorus pesticides, carbamates, pyrethroids, insect growth regulators and neonicotinoids. Let us concentrate on organochlorine pesticides. These pesticides are so named because they include carbon, hydrogen and chlorine. There are 3 major subclasses of organochlorine pesticides. First one is diphenyl aliphatics, cyclodines and hexachlorocyclohexane. The examples are DDT, lindane, dicofol and endosulfan. Organochlorine pesticides mostly affect a broad spectrum of non-target organisms along with the target pest. And the problem is the long persistence and residual activity. Several were used in forestry. In this slide, you can see some examples of organochlorine pesticide. These are BHC, this is the chemical structure of DDT, this is phenitrophenone and diazione. Let us discuss about dichlorodiphenyl trichloroethane. What is this? This is DDT. The chemical formula is C14H9Cl5. Now, let us check their properties. DDT is a waxy solid, colorless crystalline solid or slightly off-white powder. It has weak chemical odor and practically it is insoluble in water. Its solubility is 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 4 ppm at 25 degree centigrade. Its molecular weight is 354.49. But when it contact with a strong oxidizer, it may cause fire and explosion hazard. So, do not store in iron containers. Let us discuss the history of DDT. DDT was discovered in 1939 and for many years it was one of the most widely used pesticide chemical. Shortly thereafter, during World War II, the US began producing large quantities of DDT for control of vector-borne diseases such as typhus and malaria. After 1945, agriculture and commercial uses of DDT became widespread. Why? Because of the reasonable cost, its effectiveness, persistence and versatility. Knipnik in 1953 estimated that during the first decade of use, DDT saved 5 million lives and prevented 100 million serious illness due to malaria, typhus, dysentery and more than 20 other insect-borne diseases. But after 1959, DDT uses in US declined greatly, dropping from a peak of approximately 80 million pounds in that year to just under 12 million pounds in the early 1970s. The reason was in 1960s it was discovered that DDT was preventing many fish eating birds from reproducing. They were causing birth defects in animals and humans, which was a huge threat to biodiversity. An extensive review of health and environment hazard of the use of DDT, US EPA decided to ban further use of DDT in December 1972. DDT is now banned in many countries, even in India, but it is still in use in some developing nations to prevent malaria and other tropical diseases. Let us concentrate on the synthesis of DDT. How can we prepare this? DDT is made by condensing chloral hydrate with chlorobenzene in concentrated sulfuric acid. It was first synthesized in 1874, but it was not until 1939 that Müller has his co-workers discovered insecticidal properties. You can see in this side, this is chlorobenzene. When reacts with chloral, it condenses in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid and the product is DDT here. Now, we will discuss the uses of DDT. DDT is used mainly to control mosquito-borne malaria. It was extensively used control insect typhus and malaria vectors, bubonic plague and body lice. It was used as an agriculture insecticide after 1945. Now, we will discuss the biological action of DDT. Organochlorines disrupt the movement of ion in pests such as calcium, chloride, sodium and potassium into and out of the nerve cells. So, DDT directly affect the nervous system of insects. In insects, the sodium ion channels stay open and resulting in random neuron fire and finally death of the pest. So, this is known as DDT jitters. How pesticides enter in our body? Pesticide exposure can come directly or indirectly. It can come through inhalation, by skin absorption, by ingestion and by eye and skin contact. The direct exposure is a deliberate application of pesticides to control weeds and pests or the vectors of disease causing organisms. The indirect exposure is the result of pesticides when it run off from agriculture land to the water system. It is the greatest hazard of pesticide. And it seemed to be more vulnerable. Some banned pesticides such as DDT and its derivatives persist in the sediment, where aquatic invertebrate at the base of the food web feed. So, the food web is a network of consumer resource interactions among a group of organisms. So, it enters in our body through a food web. For example, DDT was used in the fields of East Africa, but in a few months it was found in the water of the Bay of Bengal. Do you know that is at a distance of 6,000 km away? The magnitude of threat is considerable to humans and the environment through either deliberate or through ignorant misuse of pesticides. Now we will discuss about the metabolites of DDT. There are two metabolites of DDT, that is DDE and DDD. The metabolism of DDT, DDE and DDE has been studied in humans and animals. DDT and DDE are readily stored in fats of vertebrates. That is very much problematic. So, DDE, what happens? DDE directly mimics the action of estradiol, which cause a decline in androgen synthesis in some vertebrates. And DDE inhibits the calcium ATPase or calcium magnesium ATPase activity in the axial gland, which create problem in high sea eating birds. Now we will discuss the harmful effects of DDT. If it comes through inhalation, DDT can cause irritation, and 500 to 4200 milligram per meter cube has produced dizziness. DDT can cause irritation in eyes, and DDT is in very high concentration. It can be absorbed through the skin if dissolved in vegetable oils or in other solvents. DDT produces serious functional and morphological changes in every organ of the body and most affected in the nervous system. DDT may cause liver and kidney damage. The metabolites of DDT, DDE and DDD are carcinogenic. Now we will discuss the environmental effects of DDT. DDT and its metabolites are toxic and with long-term persistent in soil and water. The low water solubility and high lipophilicity of DDT result in concentrated accumulation of DDT in the fat of wildlife and humans, which may be hazardous. Nevertheless, DDT is used to control malaria in subtropical countries, in Africa and some South American locals where malaria is of epidemic proportions. Now we will discuss about biomagnification. Biomagnification means how DDT enters in food chain and how it magnifies with food chain. As you can see here, these are numbers. These numbers are representing the value of or the concentration of DDT in the tissues in parts per million. As I told you before that DDT and its metabolites have high persistent, so they absorb in fat cells, and do you know that DDT concentration increases with food chain 10 million times. So, as you can see here, this is the food chain, these are producers, it is eaten by primary consumers, then secondary consumers are dependent on primary, and then top consumers which are known as tertiary consumers. As you can see here, the concentration of DDT in producers are 0.04 ppm if it comes through spray of pesticide or DDT. Then in primary consumers, it will be 0.5 ppm. As you can see here, it is increasing, and in secondary consumer, the concentration of DDT is 2 ppm, but as you can see here, it magnifies, and in tertiary consumers, the concentration of DDT is 25 ppm. So, as you can see here, with increasing food chain, the concentration of DDT is increasing. So, this is known as biomagnification. As you can see, one more slide here, how this DDT is entering in our body. You can easily see in this slide, like in grasses or in fodder, if the concentration is 0.01 ppm, it will directly go in sheep's, goat, cow. Then in these animals, the DDT concentration is 2 ppm, and as we consume animal food, milk products and milk, and the concentration in human beings, which are the top consumers, the concentration of DDT is 10 ppm. So, the concentration of DDT is magnifying, and the major problem is that it is stored in fat tissues. In this slide, you can see that how the DDT is magnifying in fish eating birds. If the DDT in water is 0.00003 ppm, in zooplanktons, which are dependent on water plants, that is 0.04 ppm, the DDT concentration in small fishes is 0.5 ppm, and large fishes eat small fishes. So, the concentration increases to 2 ppm, and the fish eating birds, in those birds the concentration of DDT is 25 ppm. So, as you can see that how much dangerous it is magnifying from this small number to 25 times, 10 million times it is magnifying. Now, we will discuss about hexachlorocyclohexane. The chemical structure is this. The chemical formula of HCH is C6H6Cl6, and it is known as lindane or gamexine. Lindane is an insecticide and rodenticide. This is one of the oldest classes of pesticides, and few organochlorines are still in use today. The use of lindane is restricted by the protection agency, and it can be applied only by certified pesticide applicators. Its most application have been cancelled because it is still imported into this country and formulated to treat head lice, body lice and scabies. Lindane has been widely used for about 50 years as an insecticide on crops and in medicinal formulas to treat head lice and scabies. So, there exists a fair amount of data on its efficacy, safety and toxicity. Now, we will discuss the properties of lindane. Lindane is a white to yellow and crystalline powder with a slight musty odor. Practically, it is insoluble in water. Its solubility is 17.3 ppm at 25 degree centigrade. Its molecular weight is 290.83, boiling point 322 degree centigrade, and melting or freezing point is 112 degree centigrade. Now, we will discuss about the synthesis of lindane. It is prepared by a photochemical reaction by adding 3 moles of chlorine to benzene ring. As you can see here, then benzene reacts with chlorine in presence of ultraviolet radiation. It forms hexachlorocyclohexane. The hexachlorocyclohexane subclass is the collection of the 5 isomers. Those are alpha isomer, beta isomer, gamma isomer, delta isomer and epsilon isomer. Only the gamma isomer has insecticidal properties. This is the isomer manufactured as lindane. Lindane decomposes on contact with a powdered iron, aluminium and zinc and with other alkalis, producing trichlorobenzene. The composition of lindane is: commercial lindane contains minimum of 99.9% of gamma isomer. The remaining 0.1% consists of other unspecified isomers of HCS. Crude benzene hexachloride consists of 10 to 18% of gamma isomer, 55 to 70% of alpha isomer, 5 to 14% of beta isomer, 6 to 8% of delta isomer and 3 to 4% of the epsilon isomer and some traces of eta isomer. Now we will discuss about the uses of lindane. Lindane has been used again in sex in the wide range of applications, including treatment of animals, buildings, men of ectoparasites, clothes, water for mosquitoes, living plants, seeds and soil. Most applications have been cancelled due to excessive residues, that is in stored foodstuffs that may cause cancer. Now, let us discuss the primary routes of exposure. Those are dermal absorption, ingestion and inhalation. Let us discuss the harmful effects of lindane. Lindane irritates the eyes and the respiratory tract and it may affect the central nervous system. Symptoms of exposure include vomiting, faintness, tremors, restlessness, muscle spasm and convulsions. It may occur as a result of exposure. Elevated body temperature and pulmonary edema have been reported in children. Coma, respiratory failure and death can result due to long-term exposure. Exposure to vapors of this compound or its thermal decomposition products may lead to headache, nausea, vomiting and irritation of the eyes, nose and throat. Repeated or prolonged contact with skin may cause dermatitis and it may damage the liver and kidney. Lindanes may damage the nerves in the arms and legs, possibly with weakness and poor coordination. The long-term exposure are, it may cause a serious drop in the blood cell count, which is known as aplastic anemia, or in the white blood cell count, that is known as a granulocytopenia. And in animals, there is evidence that oral exposure to lindane during pregnancy results in an increased incidence of fetus with extra ribs. So, viewers, in this lecture, we discussed about organochlorine pesticides, in which we discussed the synthesis, uses and effects of DDT and lindane. In next lecture, we will discuss about the synthesis, uses and adverse effects